Hi guys, welcome to another audio video elaborating Proverbs 23 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meat. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. The morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy word. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is mighty, he shall plead their cause with thee. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thy ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with a rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell. My son, if thine heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reins shall rejoice, when thy lips speak right things. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. Hearken unto thy father that begat thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. Buy the truth, and sell it not, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. My son, give mine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Let not thou upon the wine, let not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth its colour in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, and as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me, shall thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I wake? When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again. Alright, guys. So this verse here, in this verse, what am I saying verse? In this chapter, King Solomon is trying to impart knowledge on us that we should not overindulge in drinking, basically. That's what I get from this, guys, okay? It speaks mostly to drinking, to wine intake. And I know at times this can be somewhat of a controversial topic, but where it relates to drinking of wine. As Christians, I do not think we ought to partake of it unless we do so in moderacy. And moderacy is not measurable basically to every individual in the same aspect, because like myself, I can drink a lot of alcohol and I remain sane, I remain very alert. Sometimes it even peaks my level of alertness, and not only that, I do not have any after effects, no headaches, nothing like that. But here's the thing, even though I know that I can drink a lot of alcohol and it has no effect on me, I still do not partake in it in that way. I do so with moderacy. Moderacy meaning a glass of wine, okay? Now and again. And this is even though I can drink bottles of alcoholic beverage and it has no effect on me. And I can drink basically an NAC and drink basically a few bottles and I'm good. And that's not to say that I'm basically saying drinking is okay or whatever. I'm not, okay? I'm just saying that my level of right, so I'm basically saying that that's what I can manage, okay? I can manage that, but that does not mean that I'm going to indulge in that way. I've actually come to the Lord and not basically indulged in such a manner. I limit my intake because I know that everything that the Lord has made that is good, we ought to do it in moderacy, just the same we are to partake of it in moderacy. Okay? Just as with intercourse before marriage. It's something beautiful. Not intercourse before marriage. Intercourse is something beautiful, and you want to partake of it in the correct manner. Because when you do so outside of wedlock, I can speak for myself, right? I wasn't always a Christian, and I'm not gonna tell you I'm a virgin. I'm no virgin, okay? So I'm just telling you. So I'm telling you from experience. When you actually indulge in sexual immorality, it's it leaves it has an effect on you, and it leaves a mark on you. And as a Christian, reading the Word of God and all these things, coming to the knowledge of God in a different way, then you start to feel basically dirty, tainted. And even though you know that the Lord's grace is sufficient and the Lord forgives you, it's something that sometimes resurfaces. And you don't want to have that, because when you have that, the devil will play on that. Okay? He doesn't play. He'll play on that. He'll play you for that. And so sometimes it's best to just remain in the will of God. Okay, and if I could have turned back the ends of time and went back to a time where I was not one that ever partaked in sexual immorality, I would have gone there. I would have definitely gone back to that state, because like I said, it brings across a feeling. And so when that happens, then we need to pray for deliverance, and we need to pray for God to purge us and to help us to basically leave the past in the past. Okay, and remember that He has cleansed us and He's made us new in Him. And it's when I come to that realization that that doesn't really affect me, but I'm just telling you, it has an effect, okay? And likewise, it is said here in this chapter that wine has its effect on you also, and it gives you the effects of alcohol on you. Sometimes you won't feel things. You will feel sick and you're not sick. But the wine intake, the alcoholic intake makes you feel sick. Okay, it will cause things to happen to you. You'll basically be like a babbling fool. you'll you'll be contentious. Any little thing can like bring you over the edge, and you'll be susceptible to cause harm to yourself and others. And you don't want to do that, and that's not within the will of God. And so you ought to be wise in your dealings, especially as it deals with alcoholic intake. Okay, so that's what I wanted to focus on here. Okay, do not overindulge. Okay, and if you know that even like a sip of wine will get you like lightheaded or feeling kind of dizzy or feeling any way that you're not basically as alert as you would be if you'd not taken that sip, then you should not be taking a sip. You should be drinking water. Okay? Yes, you should be drinking water. And not only that, you should not be partaking of any alcoholic beverages. I'm not going to say water. I'm not going to go as far to say water, but you shouldn't be partaking of any alcoholic beverages, okay? Yes, yes, guys. So we should remain wise in that way, also exercise wisdom in that regard, okay? All right, guys, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourself a blessed day. Bye.